Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
What it do?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Wait, are we allowed to sing like other people's songs or like we have to like pay or something? I don't know.
Welcome snacks.
They'd have to,
Welcome
they'd have to catch us first.
Because you're too streetwise. Yup.
Yup.
Well, welcome back, guys, to episode 3 of season 2. Deuce. We on season 2 per.
Oh my God, get help.
It excites me. It excites me that we made it to season 2.
We did. We really did. Because there was touch and go there for a while.
It was touch and go there for sure.
Hair tug.
Literally, our mom had to intervene once.
I'm sure moms had to intervene all of our lives.
Yeah, you know.
I got like Curtis. I was like, I don't want to make any deals anymore.
Making deals. And I don't want to make a deal anymore.
She goes
Curtis.
and she be sarcastic.
Curtis.
No!
I am leaving.
And you can't stop me. She gonna try to run after me, but she can't run those little high heels. Like, why was he like that at like 7 years old?
Old man.
I was a literal child.
Old soul.
Well, you guys watch that episode of Wife Swap. It's actually amazing. It's actually the best Wife Swap episode. I'm sorry.
Hands down.
Yeah. Wife
Curtis.
Swap is just good in general.
If Curtis happens to be listening to this, wherever you are, you
come on the podcast. Just kidding.
There's some bacon with your name on it, buddy.
Bacon is good for me. Well, today we are talking about
suck my confidence.
I was totally thinking back that
chug milk.
Whoa.
This episode is about. Come on, y'all. Seriously,
What's it about? Breakups.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously, I feel like I've done this like 8 times and you guys left me hanging every single time. Wake up, ladies! We're making a podcast. Oh man.
Oh,
but yes, we're talking about breakups, dating apps, all the stuff that comes with it. It's gonna be a hilarious episode, y'all. We're gonna give our opinions on the Tinder swindler. We're gonna talk about what our perspectives of breakups are. Like, it's gonna be, I'm excited for this episode. So you guys, who wants to start?
Yeah, I'm excited because I love a good mess.
You know what? She lives her mess. What is the Joanne thing? It's like, I'm a real messy bee. I love robbery and fraud. Oh man,
I love a little mess,
just a little bit.
Well, do you guys want to start with updates, like where we are, like relationship status updates? If we're on apps, if we're where do you guys want to start?
I'm going.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going still strong. I'm on those apps still. I think they're great. I've talked to some people, but no, I don't know. It's just like, it's really slim pickings out here.
My update on dating apps is that thank you guys for the first dating app episode, because I have since got myself together. You guys, honestly, I say it all the time, off recording. But like that episode changed my life. Like, it was a eureka moment for me. It really was. Like, I just feel like I grew substantially after that episode in my human beingness. Honestly. Yeah, and I have you guys to thank for that. So I just have to. That's my update on dating apps. Like, I don't wish to share.
Oh, secretive.
I'm not secretive. I'm just so sick of people. But yeah. I'll let y'all continue. I'm just sick of people. That's what I am.
That's completely fair and valid. I am off apps. I was off apps, I guess, when we recorded because I was in a relationship, but I'm off that as well. So it's off everything.
Not I'm off that as well. I'm off that too.
I'm off that too. Yeah. It's in the best way possible, right?
I was booked off that bitch. That bitch was regular.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm waiting for spring, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'm at that point in like the winter where I'm just like, When is it going to be over?
Genuinely. Because I'm like, I'm cold, but I'm not that cold. Like, I don't want your warmth.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
wait. Oh, this
It's
is
like,
wait, this is like cuffing season. Like, this is like
Valentine's Day is literally tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Here's the thing.
I didn't make the playoffs. That's my
I didn't make playoffs either. My team got kicked out, but guess what?
That's so funny.
I'm definitely riding the bench right now. I think that after the playoffs, I will get picked up as a free agent to another team. So,
1,000%. You're a star player. 1,000%.
Absolutely.
They just didn't want to buy me no gifts. So, you know what I mean?
I'm in the stands. I'm a spectator right now. I'm watching everyone else date. I'm having a good time watching you guys.
I am. We went really far. You know, I'm very proud of the team. We worked really hard. We kept our head in the game and
went to the semifinals.
We went to the semifinals, and you know, it just was a better move for the team to kind of just decide to try again next year.
Yeah, no Super Bowl title this year.
Playoffs?
Corey, playoffs is basketball.
I was like, wait, what?
No NBA championship, homie. What?
Oh, sorry, the Super Bowl is today. So I had Super Bowl, but there's definitely playoffs in the Super Bowl in football as well.
Yeah, well,
don't try to clown me. I know my sports. Don't try to clown me.
Fair.
I know sports.
Fair.
But yeah, basketball is a better sport anyway. Go ahead. No NBA title. Sorry. No trophy.
The way you spin it, I'm looking forward to the off season.
No FIFA trophies.
That's my update.
Well,
Beth said she's still on them.
I am still on them, and I love them. And like, oh my god, actually, I've got a really good story about one of these fucking apps, and this is how you should not break up with somebody on the app. Okay. Mm-hmm. The other night, you guys know I've been in rehearsals with the play that I was in. And so I've been very busy, and trying to juggle like 20 conversations on apps gets really hard for me because it's a lot of overstimulation. And plus we're all talking about different things. Plus I'm all like talking to people in my real life. That's a lot of, what's it called? Energy and like sensory overload. It's a sensory overload for me. Yeah. Because I like people, but I really don't like people. And so this one guy was like, can I get your number? So y'all know what number I gave him. So I gave him that number. And like, I've been so busy that I haven't been able to check that phone. And so I was just like, I finally got around to it where I could hit him back. So I said, hey, and it was like a few days after I had given him the number. And then he texted me, and I got busy again with rehearsals because Corey will tell you, I was in rehearsals until like 10 o'clock at night every night. And I would get home, and I would some days I'd pass out in my clothes. So you guys, I kid you not, it was a Saturday night. I get woken up out of my sleep by a phone call. So I answer, I'm like, hello. And the guy's like, so you just not gonna text me back? And I was like, who is this? He was like, so you're just not gonna call me back? You know, why give me your number if you're not gonna do? I was like, okay, you are coming at me really like hard. So now I was just like, why can't start the conversation off like, how are you doing? How are you? Mind you, it's 11 o'clock at night. This fool gonna go, so you're not gonna ask me how I'm doing? So I go, okay, how are you? He goes, well, I'm bored right now.
Sorry.
I'm bored right now and I kind of want some company. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop you. I said, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm really tired. And I'm just like, he goes, why are you assuming that I wanted you to come over? And I'm literally, at this point, you guys, I'm shook. Because I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Am I missing something? Long story short, this man starts yelling at me.
No.
Gets to the point where he's like, are you okay? Is something wrong with you? Are you all right? And I'm like, oh, you're not about to gaslight me. I'm tired and I don't got time for this.
Yeah.
So then I hang up he was like, whatever, you're retarded, and hangs up the phone and then texts me, you're retarded. And I was like, see that, if you
trigger warning.
If you think I was ignoring you, now I'm really ignoring you. Like,
yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
That's what not to do on a dating app.
Is that your typical experience? Like with
girl, I get crazy. I get the crazies.
And that's why I've deleted it.
It's like, and comes back around to the Tinder swindler.
So, it's not my typical, but like, I just feel like people, because I get that way too. I start to get in my feelings if somebody hasn't texted me back, but I also don't go out of the way to text them on some bogus, like, oh, you didn't hit me back, and then call them and not say like, hey, how is everything? Like, it's one thing if we had like an intimate moment and then you just fall off. That's a little different because you're trying to ghost me. Right. If we had nothing and you are acting like, you know, a crazy person, like we've never dated.
Yeah. The entitlement is
I called Corey. I was like, Corey.
Mm-hmm. I called you that night, actually. You were half asleep, but I called you to gossip, and you were like, guess what just happened to me?
I'm like, is this real?
That's a whole mess. I'm sorry that happened to you.
And what got me was, this is the thing about dating that why I'm like, I have nothing to share, is because not even in dating, but just like in like friendships and just meeting people and like knowing other people, we're all walking around with like this baggage, right? And if you're like ashamed of the shit you got, you're gonna like try to attack everybody else because you don't want them to see your stuff. But like you don't even want to look at your stuff. And that's why I could like, the thing that really upset me about this when Beth was telling me, I mean, other than the fact that he was like calling her slurs and stuff, like it made me mad that he didn't say, I was watching this TV show and I thought of you and I just had to call you because it reminded me of you. He said, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I had a bad day at work and I'm bored and I don't want to think about my bad day. So you answer the phone right now. Me, I. Like, like, sure. Figure that out. That's not her responsibility. Back up.
He really tried to make it seem as if I was like in the wrong. Like he was really trying to gaslight me. It was crazy.
That's sick, honestly.
It was crazy because I could catch it. I said, oh no, you're not about to twist this. Because he was like, are you good? Are you all right? And I'm like,
he had a bad day at work. And instead of thinking, this girl makes me feel a little bit calm, he was like, I'm just going to put all my shit on her. I'm going to dump all my baggage on her.
It doesn't even come off like this girl makes me feel good. It's just like, I need someone to soothe me.
Punching bag. A freaking punching bag.
Yeah.
And mom, okay?
Yeah.
Facts.
You want to play games?
I'm calling your mother. No, don't call my mom. No, don't call my mom. Chill, bro. Chill. She don't call my mom.
It was very cringy, especially because it was just like, wait. Sir, we've never met each other. We haven't had a conversation outside of me giving you my number and me texting you, hey, and then getting busy again. So there was no like friendship, Bill, nothing. You came out the gate swinging.
But that's the thing. Like to me, that's so scary because if like that, he was so volatile with you. You guys have never met.
Nope.
Like, and he was so entitled to your time, your space. What would have happened if you were in person with him?
Yeah. Girl, I feel bad for the narcissistic or for the girl, the empath that's gonna fall for that mess. Because the thing about it is she
ain't no empath if she's falling for that.
No, empaths can fall for narcissistic abuse. Like,
no, I'm probably more anxious attachment than like, it has probably more to do with her attachment style. If she feels like, oh, I need this guy, and then he's like,
well, what I'm saying is you can accidentally fall for a narcissistic person because to me, I've already been through that kind of abuse. So when he started getting like that, like old me maybe, but like new me was looking at my phone like, ew, are you serious?
Yeah.
You're trying. Oh, wow. You're going there. You're going, and here's me hanging the phone up.
Well, good for you for like exercising.
That's what therapy does. That's what therapy does. I would recommend therapy to everybody.
No,
therapy heals us.
If you get a therapist,
no, but I really told Corey,
healthcare.
I think I was like, I'm so proud of myself because I feel like old me would have literally sat and let somebody sit there and act that crazy.
Yeah, terrorize you basically.
Terrorize me, and new me was like half asleep. I literally have not been able to go to the gym, and y'all know how I get when I can't go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in over a month, and this man at 10 and 11 o'clock at night when I was asleep. I went to sleep at 8. Or no, I got home from rehearsal at 9:30. Passed out, and I got woken up with that.
Absolutely exhausted, like literally sleeping with her clothes on,
with the lights on, shoes on, like
oh my gosh,
exhausted.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Like I just that's the thing that's just with like people. I feel like I'm just like, you know what, like I don't think I was ever really good at dating apps. Like I don't think I actually have ever like I feel like I get on Tinder or like those dating apps when I'm like I'm trying to fuck. Like, that's really the only time I get on those apps. And like, even then I'm like, I feel like I'm never on the same page as anyone when I get on the apps for those reasons. So it's just like, I just find them so pointless. Like, I hate them.
Yeah, I feel like because of what I'm looking for, like, I do want something a bit more serious, right? With like someone who has like values that align with my values. But like, I feel like you either get people who like, this is independent of like my ex, right? You get people, or what I've been finding recently is like, there are people who are either like, you know, you trying to smash or not.
Yeah.
Or you get people who are like, you are the sun and the moon, the stars, and the rain. You're like,
this nigga just smell like French fries.
Right? Like, I've not met you before. Why is this your opening text?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, so I just feel
he
like,
said, bring in the love bombs.
honestly, that's exactly, I can't believe that. I didn't even like, it didn't even like trigger me in my mind that's exactly.
But something about it disgusted you. Something about it made you be like, ooh.
Immediately no. I like to see.
Yeah.
Please don't contact me anymore.
Yeah. I feel like my conversations never really even get that far. Like, I swear. Because I feel like I wasn't really aligned with like dating when I was on those apps. Also, I feel like for me as a queer woman, it's like not like the area that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I need to, like, if I want to seriously date, it's not going to be here.
Oh, because there's not a lot of queer women there?
Yeah, there's not a lot of like queer women that are aligned with me.
Say more about that.
So, I mean, it's just like straight people. It's like, if you're in an area that's like mostly like a certain like type of demographic that you don't date really, or like, you know, like people who aren't like aligned spiritually, like knowledge wise, like, you know what I mean? Like intellectually.
Yeah.
So I feel like my like Richmond, DC is more like where I would probably find more luck dating.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I don't really try down here because I'm just like, it's not, that's my type doesn't live here. my type just doesn't live here.
Right.
Which I don't know if that sounds weird to anybody, but you're going to have to get over it. I'm sorry. If you can find another way for me to say it, then please, by all means, leave us a comment on our Instagram and tell me there's a better way to say that. But basically, yeah, I don't think my peoples are here.
I think that's completely fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. How fast do you think is like too fast to move on from a breakup?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Why, Beth?
Bitch, I've literally haven't moved on in 7 years. Don't ask me.
Aww. It's okay, Beth.
Oh, but I'm over him.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, do I want to go down that rabbit hole? No.
Why do you think that is? Is it because you're like, you don't trust people? Is it like,
I just feel like when I tell you where I was so fucking scary. Yeah. It was a very scary place to be, and to know that like that was an outer body experience that like, if I don't know what I would do if I ever got pushed to be in that place again. Do you know what I mean? And I don't trust myself. It's not like I said this last time. I don't trust other people. I don't trust myself. Yeah. And I don't look good in orange.
Actually, you would look amazing in orange.
Yeah, phenomenal. Let me stop. Who am I kidding?
Who am I kidding? You would look amazing in orange.
Great.
Also, like, sometimes they make you wear tan.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Tan's a good color. I'm kidding. Totally, like, you're not gonna wear either one of those.
Yeah, you're not in that context, at least.
Yeah. Oh, maybe on a runway.
Yeah.
Kanye West comes out with a new like slipper, the jail slipper.
Oh my gosh! Please stop.
They're not jail slippers; they're hospital shoes. There's a difference.
Oh gosh.
No, but like seriously, like normally I would say quickly, not too quickly.
Yeah.
Like I will even half-lives. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this thing.
What now? Sorry.
Half-lives. So like whenever I'm talking to somebody, one of the questions I do ask, I'm like, so when was your last relationship? The reason I ask that is to get to know how long the relationship was and where they are. It's like science terminology.
Yeah.
Where they are in their half-life. So like, if they were like, oh, we were together 6 years. And I'm like, well, when did you guys break up? And they're like, a year ago. I'm like, you got 2 more years, buddy.
Not 2 more years.
You're not over it. And they'll be looking at, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And the whole time I've dated people where Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I get in there and it's 2 years worth of fucking baggage that you're trying to take out on me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
not over it. I dated homeboy for what? 2, 3, almost 3 years. 8 years later. No, it's not 8 years. Let me stop playing. It's 7 years later. But I'm over him, genuinely over him. It's just, it's taken a long time for me to be like, I don't know about you, big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how long I feel like, yeah, you should definitely give yourself time. I have been that person in the situation, like, where I met someone and they're like, how long were you guys dating? And I like say it and they're like, how long have you been broken up? And I'll say it and they'll literally just look at me like, I know you fucking lying. And I'll be like, no, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Like, totally whole time I'm not, but like, I'm fine, obviously, right? Like, I'm good. I don't need another person to live my life. But there is a lot of like damage, I don't want to say damage, but there is a lot of stuff that you have to like uncover and unpack. And like, honestly, I feel like for me, you don't really know that kind of stuff until you start really getting back out there and like trying to meet people and like make experiences. You don't really know what you like have to heal.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying like I'm saying be cautious of your like feelings. Like, don't go around just like feeling on everybody else. Be responsible with your feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that you like, you can't really know that you don't really like until you start dating.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I feel like it's just, that's why it's like dating. Cause it's like, okay, you figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work, you know?
I don't know how fast, like how quick is too quick. Because I don't move very quickly when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like a good 5-6 years between like, you know, like my serious relationships. And you know, prayerfully I won't be waiting that long this go around.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather be like, I don't want to just be like, yeah, I'm good and actually be good. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go into each situation with as good of energy as I could possibly go into it with. So like, if I genuinely don't feel like I am like going to be able to bring good energy into something, then I would just rather not do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how long is too long. I think it probably depends on individuals. But I do think like it's very interesting to hear Beth's like theory, because I know some people are like, I don't need that long to move on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't, I don't feel that way. Like, I don't move on very quickly.
Yeah.
So
I don't think anybody does. I think they lie to themselves, and that's the problem. I think I like genuinely like it would be nice, but like, think about it. People become a part of your life and they become a staple. You can't just move on from that. Just like if you had a family member pass away, you don't just get over that. You're not like, oh, they're dead and gone. All right.
Yeah, but you have to move on with your life. You can't sit in that sadness.
You don't have to sit in that sadness, but you don't forget about it. Just like you don't forget about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's obvious.
That's why when our group chats always getting together and you know.
Stop! I can't. It's a cancer.
And they'll be like perfect example, Aunt Bonnie. When I would do the little skits of Aunt Bonnie for everybody, you know, it was like a way to memorialize her. And like, like people are, you know, grandma. It's not like grandma forgot about her sister,
right?
You know what I mean? Just because she doesn't talk about it doesn't mean she forgot about it. Some days sadness comes and something might remind her of her. She knows she's in a better place, but like, you genuinely don't just forget about people, especially people that you love. And that's why I'm like, no, I don't trust when guys, oh, I'm over her. Bruh, you loved her? Yeah. Okay, well, like I said, you need 2 more years. And if it's meant for us to talk to each other, then I'll be back. But if not, you will thank me later.
Yeah.
Because what you're going to do, you're going to work on yourself, hopefully, and not put the next person through whatever Amanda Bynes put you through.
Oh gosh, not Amanda. Not Ashley.
Asterisk mark. We're just using that as a name. Not really Amanda. Please don't come after us.
Not really Amanda.
No, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think that there is a lot of truth to what you're saying, but I also think that it is good to get back on the horse, right? Because I feel like we as people, what I believe is like we have many soulmates over like time. I don't think that we just have like like one soulmate in our life. Like I feel like the person you end up with is like not always going to be like your soulmate, if that makes sense. Or like, I feel like relationships are a lot more complicated than that. I feel like you can still have love for someone and like wish them the best. Like
1000%.
Want the best for them, and just like, you know, it's not that I didn't love you. I actually loved you a lot, and it probably is going to take me like a lot of time to heal. Like I know I'm not going to be healed after 3 months, right? But like it is probably going to take me a lot of time to not watch a professional basketball game and like want to like and want to be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like probably is going to be a while before someone like brings up my breakup, and I'm not going to go, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I'm not still capable of like being full of love and like loving people. Like just because I have stuff to heal, I don't think you should jump into a relationship right away. I do think that you should take your time, but I think if you feel like you have love to give, like don't hold yourself back from giving love just because there's still pieces of you that you might quote unquote find unlovable.
That's such a good point, because I think as someone who's like I'm constantly in, I feel like, you know, people are like, you're never fully, if you're an alcoholic, this is a bad example, but if you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. I feel like when you're a perfectionist, you're always a perfectionist, just sometimes you're in recovery. Like I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I think like that's one of the things that I struggle with the most. Like I don't have to be perfectly healed, whatever that means, to be in a loving relationship, to love someone and be loved. And so like when you're talking about like how long, I think before I'm like, I can't be with anyone until I'm fully healed. And I think now I'm like, there are levels to healing. And like, you know, so I felt like getting into the relationship that I was in before, like last year, it was a good time. And I'm glad that like I was in that relationship, because it was such a loving relationship. It was such a positive experience that I'm glad that I was in that relationship, even though like I'm still healing, you know?
Yeah. I feel like the person that I was like attempting to try to date, we had a really good time. Like we went like on a trip together, and like all the other stuff aside, I feel like I had a good time, and like I feel like it aided in my healing. And like I feel like we don't possess people. We have to like enjoy the time that we have with people. I feel like that's people's biggest thing. Like they have me and they don't realize like they need to appreciate me while they have me, because I'm a zoom. She's a runner. She's a track star. Like, so it's like, but it's like, I mean, that'll teach people, like, you have to appreciate good things when you have it. Like you have to keep working on your healing so that when you have something good, you can appreciate it. But like, I think such a good thing about boundaries is like, I'm not going to stay where I'm not being appreciated. And that's for daggone certain. Like, I don't feel anything in life that makes me want to be with someone if I don't feel love. So that repels me, actually, because I'm so like, I'm sorry, I'm the youngest child, and and I don't feel bad about that. Like, call it what you freaking want, but I am surrounded by love. And if you can't give me that, like, I'm not going to stick around. If I even feel a smidgen of it not being that, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you thought, sorry. Like, you're cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Not I guess.
I guess.
To somebody, you're cool. I don't know if it's me, but, you know.
Beth, what's something that you feel like you've learned from your most recent relationship breakup?
Oh my God. I'm actually really proud about this. So, relinquishing control. And my tarot cards have been telling me this. They're like, girl, because, you know, I'm actually a bit of a control freak. Like, I like things the way I like them. And I'm trying to learn to, like, let other people take the lead. But the last relationship, I don't even know if you want to consider it a relationship, because it's with somebody that, you know, they gave me nothing. But
he said you contributed nothing.
He contributed absolutely nothing, and not even support. So that's another thing. But long story short, you know, we stopped talking and or stopped hanging out, and we ran back into each other, and you know, we were like, you know, we miss each other. And because I mean, we miss you. Like, I missed him, he missed me, and we tried to start the friendship over. But one thing that it felt off, but it felt off in a way where it was like, I felt like it's one of those things where somebody like punched you in the face and then they think they expect it to go back immediately. Like we were just, kicking. And it's, for me, it's like, it doesn't go back all the way there. It goes back to square one. Right. Mm-hmm. So they're making comments like we're just like on good terms. And I'm like, are you sure this water's sanitary? Like, just taking like my toes in.
Yeah.
The person made a comment and it set me off. And I just was like, I am not being the person that I want to be. I just feel so ugly. And you're bringing that out of me. And so where normally I would just sit and allow somebody to, because I want to be around them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to let them go. I would just allow them to destroy me and make me this crazy freaking person. And I actually had to like call him and just be like, this is not good for me. Like, as much as I want you to be here, this is not good for me. And because you're not going to give me what I need.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to give me what I need, then I have to be the one to be like, you know what, because you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
So I got to go. And I don't want to go. Look, it's really sad. And it's, I'll get over it. But right now, like, you are making me, and it's not even you because I'm in control of myself.
Right.
There are things about you that are making me act out in ways that I do not like and that I have grown from. So with that, I have to bid you adieu.
Yeah, no, it's really know our feelings. Like, we're all on our personal journey. We all have stuff that we're trying to figure out. We all have baggage. Like, no one should feel ashamed for the baggage that they carry because we all have it. Yeah. I just feel like we, like I said earlier, we have to be responsible with our feelings and like our emotions. And like, if we feel triggered by something that someone's done, we have to understand, like, it's not this person that I feel triggered by. It is this like heavy like trauma like that I have, that I'm carrying, that like I have to navigate in the best way that I know how.
Right. And in all respect, it could be that person triggering it, right?
Yeah.
Like, doing it on purpose, but it's your responsibility to observe your own triggers and be like, okay, not for me. You know, I need something a little bit different, and that doesn't make you a bad person, but I just need something a little different.
And I'm not going to feel bad about that.
And I don't feel bad
because everybody deserves greatness. It's like, I want greatness for you because I feel like the actions that you put forth trigger me in a way that I don't want that for you.
Yeah.
I don't want to present myself as someone I don't like.
Right.
So for you or for me.
For either of us.
Yeah. Let me do both of us a favor and just like, let me go heal and you go heal.
Out. Right.
Yeah. Literally no hard feelings. This is my life, homie. You decide yours. I know that Jesus died for us, but I couldn't tell you who he died for. So I parallel double park that motherfucker sideways. Old folks talking. Okay, I'm done.
Let it out, girl. Let it out. I'm surprised it's not Big Sean this time. That's your favorite.
He is my favorite. But he did a song with blankety blank, and I was like, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. Anyway.
What have you learned from your recent relationship breakup?
Oh, what have I learned from my most recent relationship? I feel like I've learned so much. Like, I feel like I really just learned, like, I've always sort of tried to, in my adult life, try to be responsible for my feelings.
Yeah.
But I really think most recently, like, just the ebbs and flows that I've experienced have really taught me, like, have reminded me to be cognizant and responsible of, I mean, I feel like I already was, but I needed the reminder, you know?
Yeah.
And it taught me to trust myself. I feel like that's something I'm navigating in my journey of just like self-discovery and like in my relationships with others. Cause I don't really consider myself like to be the best person at like making friends or just like having bonds. I don't really I try my best to understand bonds.
Yeah.
But like, I'm doing my best. We're all doing
They weren't covalent, so she couldn't.
Yes. Is that a math or science joke?
It's science.
Yes,
she's
science
on her science bag today.
Yes,
science baby.
But yeah, isn't that what she majored in?
Yeah.
You majored in plate tectonics and shit.
I plate tectonics correct.
Is that right? Isn't that right? Isn't that the Earth? Come on, y'all.
But that's not physics. What she majored in.
But it's part of it, right? It's part of it, right?
Or you took physics.
Yeah, I know.
You know, we did not talk about plate tectonics and physics.
Yes, we did. I swear we did.
Okay.
Anywho, I ain't never been with anybody. But yeah, I learned to be cognizant more of my emotions. I also learned to just be like a little bit more exact with what it is that I want. And I also learned that, there just be things about people that you're responsible for your emotions is what I learned. And I'll leave it at that.
Facts.
Yeah. I think the more people understand and learn that as they go, because like it is a hard thing to learn. Like you can't blame other people for how you are. Like it's solely up to you to make. If somebody is making, if I'm poking you, it's not on them.
Right.
Remove yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Like my coworker and I am so thankful for her. You know, because it was touch and go when I first met her, but like. It really was. But things have like kind of gotten a lot better with her. And if I don't learn anything from this job, and I mean this, I learned from her, when people push your buttons, remove yourself.
Yeah.
And because I used to wonder why like she would just leave and go on a walk. She wouldn't say nothing. She wouldn't talk crap. You know, like the normal person in the office would like, you know, they got that one person they like to vent to. She wouldn't do any of that. She would just get up. Okay, well, and so sweetly, okay, I'm going to go on a walk now.
I'm going to remove myself. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. She'd go on a walk and come back. And it'd be like, okay, moving on.
Yeah.
And now that I've started doing it, I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all had this the whole time?
I feel like especially like in the world where some people might not know how to confront your feelings. Like I feel like I learned this the other day, like just through us and our bond, like if I can't do something, like if I can't give you an energy that like one of you needs, like if I like the other day, me and somebody were having a conversation and I was just like in a mood because, you know, I'm the editor director plus I'm my own boss. So I was just like very stressed out. And Samelia had called me to like show me something really cool. She like called me to show me her hair. And like, I just couldn't give her the energy she needed. And like, I just was like, I feel like I meant everything that I said to you in love, but it still was just like, I was just being very short. And so I feel like if that's not my normal nature to be short, like, even if I'm like, okay, well, you know, everything that I was saying in love. Yeah. But yeah, it's just not who I normally am. Like you still have to like, you know, be cautious. And so like, I just sent somebody a text and I was just like, you know, you look wonderful. You're the best. I'm just so stressed out right now. And I cannot give you the energy that you deserve. Right. And it's genuinely the energy you deserve. Right. Cause like
me girl.
Yeah, cause it's like, cause I was like, I would be so mad if someone talked to my sister like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just like, and that's why it was important for me to be like, hey, look, you know, I'm
too.
You're not gonna say hello to Rocco, Elmo? Hello,
hi, Rocco.
But yeah, it's just like so important to be like to manage. That's what that is about. It's about Elmo managing his anger. And so it's like you have to manage your feelings. Like and I'm like, okay, look, I love you so much. You're so darling. You're the best. You're beautiful. Like you're bright. You're a shining star. Like you're everything to me. But like I can't. I can't right now because like I'm spiraling. Like I just want this music video to work out and it's not working. Like it was just like a lot. You know what I mean? Like you have to be responsible.
And to that point, I think like that is something that's important to learn, right? Like it's not just important for you to learn what your own boundaries are, but it's also important for me to learn that like sometimes, you know, like the people who love you can give you the energy that you need. And sometimes they can't, but you need to be able to like generate your own energy
or regulate.
My
baby can't regulate his own heat, Corinne.
Oh my gosh. I know. This has been a long running thing for Corey and I, because she left my baby in a swing without socks when he was 2 weeks old. And I'm like, he's not able to regulate his own heat.
My man's was getting it. Don't talk about my nephew. My man's was strong out here.
Oh, he loved that swing. Oh my gosh.
He's so cute.
But like being able to be like, okay, I think sometimes you do things that you need other people to like validate you because you're not really sure how you feel about it, right? Yeah. But I think it's also important for you to learn how to be like, no, I like the decision that I made. Yeah. I'm not Josie Grossi anymore. Like, I like me, and it's nice when other people like me, but I don't need that to like myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the decisions that I've made for myself.
Yeah. 1000. I have to give you a round of applause. No, that's like that was probably one of my favorite lessons to learn, because I'm like, I'm still learning it. Like, I think I talk about it all the time. Like, I get anxiety when people don't like me back. I'm like, I hope this person, like, like, I get really bad anxiety at concerts, because I'll be like, if I push through a crowd, I'm like, oh my God, everybody I just pushed through hates me. But like, in reality, who cares? Like, who cares?
They're probably drunk and they don't care.
Yeah, they literally don't care. Have fun. Like,
so that's crazy, because I'm like, I feel like I struggle with the opposite.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm very much like, I do not care if you like me. I do not care. And you want, and I think it stems from, like, you know, the trauma that I went through in high school.
Yeah.
Where, you know, I had to literally basically stand against myself, against like so many people.
Yeah.
So basically I had to be like, okay, well, I like myself.
Yeah.
I learned oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think for me, it's the opposite, because I was so dependent. I'm like, all of my decisions for a long time were, I made the decisions that the family wanted me to make, you know, I'm the strong one.
Oh no. Oh no.
That it was like Louisa and Isabella all mixed in one, because I just did what people wanted me to do.
Was expected, yeah.
And what was expected of me. And when I had like my growth, my like trajectory and growing has been trying to figure out what do I want, because my default is, well, what do you guys want, and then I'll just do what you guys want, as opposed to being like, no, this is what I want. And I get a lot of pushback, I think, in the family. Not a lot, but I get more pushback in the family now, because it's uncomfortable for other people when I'm like, no, that's not what I want, and like am really firm about it, because no one's used to me doing that. But it's been so important for me to learn how to figure out what it is that I want in the first place, and then do that and be okay with the decision and be happy about the decision, regardless of what other people feel about it.
Yeah. Amen, sister.
Were you going to say something else, Beth?
No, I think I was going to go off of what you were saying, but you said it beautifully.
Thanks, girl.
You're welcome, girl.
I was going to say what I learned about relationships. Let me think. What have I learned? I think the biggest thing that I've learned is about the perfection thing. And something can be good and beautiful, and it's okay to still decide that you don't want to do that.
Right. The trees are beautiful. We don't possess those. Like, the sun is beautiful. We don't possess that.
It was hard. It's like, most of the time, most of my breakups in the past have been like not on good terms.
Yeah.
Like, it's been like,
okay. Navigating ones that end on good terms is, because the last one, you know, me, like Corey said, no hard feelings. That was hard, because I was like, I don't hate this person. Right. But like, we are not good for each other.
Right. Yeah. And for me, it's like the same exact thing, right? Like, but it was like, I don't hate you, and actually I love you, and actually I would love to be in a relationship, but like, thinking long term, the long term repercussions of us staying together when we don't have the same values or have the same goals in life is actually going to be to a detriment, because somebody's going to have to come off of their path in order for us to stay together, and it's not going to be me. So I don't want that for you.
So put them up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to? Cindy?
Sorry, can you repeat that? The phone, something happened to the phone.
Sorry, do you want to hop to the Tindy Swindy?
Yes,
the
girl.
Tindy Swindy.
Can we just get into Somalia? Down bad. Ouch.
No, you have to explain it, because you're really good at being succinct.
So basically, if you have not seen the new Netflix documentary, Tinder Swindler, it basically goes over a story of a group of women that are in the UK, who basically got swindled out of millions of dollars, and by the same, like, this guy who claims he's a prince. And the way he gets them is that, like, you know, he meets them on Tinder, and then he schmoozes them, he wines them, dines them, flies them on private jets. But the craziest thing, I don't know if you realize, he had some of the girls that had been scammed on the planes with him.
That's the part I didn't understand. I saw that, like, the baby mom.
Yeah.
Israel, like, she was on the flight. Like, oh yeah, he's a great guy. I'm like, was he like giving her some of the money?
She had to have been getting money.
Maybe, yeah. I'm like,
You know, I'm not gonna lie. If he paid me a pretty penny, I'd be sitting there too.
I'm like, maybe he was paying her.
He had to have been, because I don't need, or maybe they actually aren't broken up. Maybe they actually are together and he needs her as like a piece of his plan.
But no, ain't no way. I'm sorry. Ain't no
way, bruh.
This just
Ain't no way, bruh.
Where I'm going to be okay and participating in this elaborate scheme where my boyfriend and father of my child is out here hooking up with other people
for money.
For money.
Yeah, you might.
That's prostitution.
If you really need the money.
He had that girl take out a $500,000 loan. Yes, you would.
Me?
Not yes, you would.
It's
not that crazy. Well, I think what she's saying is it's not that crazy of an idea.
No, it's not. But like, we wouldn't still be together, or I would be getting, I think, maybe they're getting their thing on the side. Like maybe they're in an open relationship. I could see that happening faster than I am monogamous to you as you're going out and swindling these women.
Yeah. I mean,
get it how you.
It's work.
I don't know.
Oh. As long as I feel like, I mean, obviously this is not my life, but I just feel like, hypothetically speaking, that is like, as long as you're bringing the money back to us, like,
no,
and our child, like,
not
if you're going out there and you're doing it for no money, like, that's different. But like, you're bringing back, you're providing for our family in the way the way you know how.
You could marry someone who was like.
I said hypothetically. I didn't say for me.
No. I'm just asking, like a sex worker. That's essentially what it is. It's prostitution.
Yeah, well, I've never dated a sex worker, so I don't know.
But it's not really a prostitute because she's getting like millions.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never dated a sex worker. I can't say yes or no. I wouldn't say no. I've never done it before. I'm sure it's fun.
I mean, if she's bringing home millions.
I'm sorry. I follow one of my favorite sex workers. Her and her boyfriend are like traveling the country right now.
Yeah, but I don't know that, like, I think it depends on the type of sex work, right? Like, for me personally, right? Like, if you're dating an exotic dancer who was just like, like, I just happen to dance and that's a part of sex work, right? Mm-hmm. That is different to me than someone who is like, like sleeping with someone in order to get money. Like,
Peter, down bad, ouch. Send $500,000.
Peter hurt. Mm-hmm. Cash App is $. Tinder swindler, one word.
No, literally, the thing that's funny to me though about that is the fact that it's like somebody made I don't know if it was you or if there was something I read that you sent where they were saying that like at the end of the day we're all just looking for love, and I'm like, I ain't looking for love that bad. I love that bad. If she was black, she would have said, nigga, you're broke.
No, okay, wait. Okay, so I have a confession to make.
Oh, I'm ready for this confession.
Don't make me click out this thing.
I have given a man money before.
$500,000? You took out a loan?
No. I sacrificed a good mani-pedi once for someone that I was like loosely involved with online that I met in person, right? I met them in person, and then we started, I don't know, dating, if you want to call it that. I was planning to travel back to the country where I met him. And he was like, I'm trying to be careful about the information I give because I don't want to give it away. But he was like, oh, my job hasn't paid us yet. And I knew him. I knew the job that he was referring to. And like, I'd met him before. I spent a solid month hanging out with this person.
Ew, nigga, you smell broke.
No, but they weren't, right? His family wasn't. And so I'm like, okay. So he's like, yeah, like they didn't pay us. I'm like, okay, well, how much do you need? And he was like, I think, let's say it was like $110 or something like that. It wasn't anything like crazy. I didn't have to take out a loan for it. But I definitely could have gotten a dress with that. I could have gotten, like my toes done with it. I could have gotten a lot of things for myself, or like a couple of good things for myself with that money. And I sent it to him because I'm like, like, oh, this is my friend. He needs it. And it's not a big sacrifice for me to send it. Mm-hmm. And, never to be heard of again.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Well, like I did hear from him again, but it was like in a very just
Peter down bad.
No, it was like when I heard from him again, it was like actually disturbing. So I was just like, please, I blocked him after that. But so yeah, I get it. Like you like people like that prey on your emotions. They prey on anxious attachment styles where it's like where you feel like if I don't give this person what they need, I am personally responsible for their well-being. It's like, doesn't he have an aunt?
It's a scam. He's a scammer. Scammers are like they're professional scammers.
Yeah, completely hijacking your emotion. That's how they scam you. So I could see how it could happen, not to that level, but
a half.
Wait, this is the other thing, right? One of the girls was like, I had the money. I was saving it for a house, right? The girl who was his friend, she had the money. So I'm like, he was very strategic in the countries that he went to. They were all like Nordic women, like, you know, like Swedish or German. So he went to countries where like the GDP was probably higher, where the people he
have more extendable income.
Yeah, were able to part with the money. So it wasn't, I mean, he didn't ask for $250,000 all at once. It was over time. But yeah, it's a lot. I can see how someone who would hijack emotions like that.
I can see how somebody, like, they're all looking for love. I can see how somebody's preying on your emotions. But at the same rate, Samalia, he's like, I just go to the bank and open up a $25,000 loan for me.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, like record scratch. He was like, "Oh, now you work for me." I'm like, "Girl, are you seeing?" He said, "But are you seeing any of these dollars?"
No, listen to what I got. A Tinder swindler that came into my job. That it almost sounded really cool, but he wasn't trying to date me. He came in there and he was like, "See, this is what I did. I did Fed time, but see, this is what I do. So you need to go open up a business card in this company's name, but it's going to be in your account." And you're going to spend all the money on anything you want for the business. And then you're going to send the receipts back to them. And then they're going to pay you back. And then now, because it's a business card, it doesn't affect your credit. I said, sir, I think that's fraud.
It is 1,000% fraud.
That is a white collar crime.
And I'm not going to jail for it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people... That was the thing that was so sad. Like these women, like they were trying to get him prosecuted, but I'm like, honey, you're the one who committed the crime.
Yeah.
Technically, you know, he didn't put his signature on any of these things. All of this is your signature. And when they asked you if someone else spent your credit card, you said it was you.
Yeah.
He technically, I mean, he's a horrible person and he duped you. But as far as the feds are concerned, you know,
he didn't steal it.
Yeah,
he didn't do it in an illegal way.
No, he like, you know,
well, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, girl. I mean, he did the things that he did. I think this is the other reason why I got off apps, right? Because what I've learned in previous situations and from watching the Tinder swindler and from seeing it happen to people, you know, like online and in my personal life, people are like, some people are really just messed up. You know what I mean? Like they do really messed up things. And I think when I first started dating, I just never thought that people would be like cruel. Yeah. I thought people were good mostly, you know? And then you're like, honey. No, baby. No, baby. Stormy, baby. Oh.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched The Tinder Swindler, please go watch it now.
Yeah,
please. It's the best 1 hour and 56 minutes that Netflix produced in quite some time.
I'm weak. Not the best hour, 15 minutes. to be specific. Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like this was a great episode. Do we have anything else that we want to add before we go?
I mean, I have one question here.
Yes.
No notes.
Close us out with a good question, girly.
How do you break up well?
Like this. Click.
Okay, Peppa Pig.
Yes, Peppa Pig.
I will let you know when I have had a good breakup.
Oh no. You know what? Fair. Retweet. I don't think you know what? Actually, okay, no, I have had like a really good just like breakup where I'm like, this is my boundary. Yeah. I listened to Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie Ferg on repeat because like the lyrics are just like, this actually has nothing to do with you. Like, it's personal. Myself and I got to straighten it out to do. Like, basically, it's just like, listen, I want us to stay friends. So here's my boundary.
Yeah.
Like, and then I just make my boundaries clear. And if that's something that they can agree upon, then like we can stay friends. But if that's something like that they infringe upon, then like, yeah, obviously we can't. Like, obviously, but you have to like, I just think it's about like drawing a line, especially because like if you want like, I'm queer, so we don't ever get over our exes. I'm just kidding. But like it's a thing in in queer culture to be like best friends with your ex, and like that's casual. And so like I've attempted to be like friends with people that I've been like romantically involved with, and like just for me it was just like, listen, like we were not, like, the relationship wasn't even good, so let's just respect the boundary, and like we can still be homies and hang, but like you don't need to be in my business in my new relationship, and I don't need to be in your business with your new relationship, because at the end of the day, like we have gone back to our friendship boundaries, but like they need to be extra because we were at one point like in did or whatever you want to call it in a situationship or whatever. Yeah. Like, so it's just like best that like, especially if you really like the person that you're dating, like you want to be respectful.
Yeah, for 100%.
Yeah, it's like I have no feelings for you, but I do love you, because right, like we said earlier, like love doesn't go away. So it's like I do love you, yeah, and I do want you to be in my life, but you will not disrespect my relationship. You absolutely won't. Yeah, because if you do, I'm sorry,
you got to go.
She's getting chose. She's getting chose. This is the person I've decided to be in a relationship. This is the person I decided to lay my head down with at the end of the night. So yeah, we are a part of each other, especially if we want this to go somewhere. So yeah, it's best to just be respectful. And as my friend, you should be respectful of my partner. Yeah. Period. Fair. So yeah, it's just putting up a boundary and being like, this is what the boundary is. You either respect it or you don't. But if you would like to continue to be in my life, you would have to.
Two things. It's never been more clear to me that I'm not queer, because I have never desired to stay friends with an ex up until recently. And two, I think what I've learned is, or like in terms of like how to break up well, like being clear about the things that you don't want, and being okay with the fact that, or the things that you do want, and being okay with the fact that like other people might not be able to give it to you. Mm-hmm. And so like, I guess my tip on how to break up well is like observing, like being honest with yourself and being like, okay, if you're not able to give this to me, we could stay together, but like it wouldn't be serving either. It's keeping both of us from finding the people who are going to be more in alignment with what we actually want. Right. And because I've been, we stayed way too long. Like I think about like my college boyfriend. I'm like, man, if we would have broken up right when I graduated, we could have still had this amazing friendship, you know? Yeah. But like we stayed too long, and then boundaries were crossed. Like, you know, boundaries were not respected. And so then it was like, oh no, like you don't respect my boundaries, we can't be friends. Yeah. So I think, you know, don't stay at the party too late. You know, like find the right time to dip out when it's not working. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Bethany?
Hey.
Okay.
This isn't gonna work.
This isn't gonna work. We're gonna break up with this episode right now.
No, we're just going on a break. It was a break. We'll see you next week. You know what we should have talked about? Sorry, right before we go, is if you are like going on a break with someone you're in a relationship, like how you would go about going on a break with someone.
We don't do that. Like
you don't do that.
You asked how we would. We don't do that, because let me tell you something. Somebody tried to say, "Oh, I think we should take a break." Well, listen, and I'm really guilty about this. The last relationship, he was like, "I think we should take a break," and I said, "Well, I don't," and so we didn't.
You know what?
My brain literally short-circuited.
And with that, thank you for joining us for this episode. Please make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on wherever you listen to podcasts. We love and appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next Monday. Or you'll hear us. You will hear us again. I'm playing. All right.
Oh, you're gonna hear from me.
Oh, you gonna hear from... I think we shouldn't. I think I'll see you guys again next week. All right. I love you guys.
Love
You're
you
the
too.
Always
best.
do.
Love our listeners too. Okay, bye.
Bye.
You're nice, sweet, smooth, like cocoa.